A laborer man was lying unconscious inside a luxury room. As soon as his eyes opened, he realized the room was unbelievably lavish, something he had never seen in his entire life. But then, he saw something shocking. There were 4 girls sitting on the sofa around him. None of them were wearing clothes. Seeing this, the laborer man was completely stunned. When he opened his eyes, he could not even understand what had happened to him. Slowly, the 4 girls began to move toward him. And after that night, this incident spread all over the media. People started wondering what exactly those 4 girls had done with the laborer man. And today, in this crime story, we are going to unravel that mystery. Welcome back, guys. My name is Ali, and you are watching Meld Snippets. This story begins on November 21st, 2022, on Kapurthala Road in Jalandhar. A laborer man, who earned rupees 12,000 a month, was walking along the road. He had just finished his shift at a leather factory. Tired and worn out, he was on his way home, thinking about how to take care of his family and how to find a way to earn a little more money. In the middle of these worries, a white sedan car stopped near him. All the mirrors of the sedan were tinted black, so it wasn't visible who was inside. As the car halted, a girl inside extended a slip of paper through the window and asked the laborer man for help in reaching the address written on it. The man replied, "I'm illiterate. I can't read where this address is. You should ask someone else." It was around 7 p.m. when this happened. Suddenly, from another window of the car, a girl sprayed a cold, white mist onto the laborer man's face. It was some kind of chemical spray. The moment it touched his face, he fainted. 4 girls, who looked like they belonged to very wealthy families, stepped out of the car. They tied the laborer man's hands and feet, pushed him inside, and drove him away to a house where no one else lived except those 4. Once inside, they untied him and carried him to a luxurious bedroom. They laid him on the bed while they themselves started drinking. Slowly, they began taking off their clothes. They clearly knew exactly how long the spray's effect would last on the laborer man. Around 9 p.m., the man regained consciousness. As soon as he opened his eyes, he was stunned by the sheer luxury of the room. A huge sofa, a massive bed, and extravagant furnishings. Things he had never seen in his life. Then, as he turned his face to the left, he froze in shock. The 4 girls were sitting naked, staring at him. It seemed as though they were ready to devour him alive. The girls began whispering among themselves, and one by one, they moved closer to him. It looked like there was some kind of challenge or bet between them, about how long each could last with him. The first girl approached him with a glass of water and some pills. Forcing the tablets into his mouth, she made him swallow them with water. The laborer man had no idea what those pills were. Within 15-20 minutes, their effects kicked in. They were all aphrodisiacs, designed to artificially increase his stamina. Then, one by one, each of the 4 girls forced themselves on him. By the time the 4th girl came forward, the laborer man was extremely weak. He cried, but no one listened. From 9 p.m. until midnight, the ordeal continued. After a short break, during which the girls ate, drank, and chatted casually, they returned to him again. They treated him as if he were nothing more than a toy. By around 3 a.m., the man was on the verge of collapsing again from exhaustion. Finally, the girls decided it was time to let him go. They tied him up once more, made him unconscious, and dumped him back near Kapurthala Road, the same place from where they had picked him up. By the next morning, at 9 a.m., the laborer man woke up. Memories of the horrifying night began flashing in his mind. He felt that he had been brutally violated. He thought of filing a complaint. Gathering courage, he walked to a local police station in Jalandhar. But as soon as he reached the station gate, he hesitated. He remembered the girls were from very wealthy families. Even if he complained, would anyone believe him? And what if society turned against him, questioning his manhood and honor? Frightened and ashamed, he turned away from the police station. Instead, he went home and confided in his father about what had happened. His family, in shock and anger, immediately went with him back to the police station. They told the police everything about the white sedan and how their son had been abducted and assaulted. Even the police were baffled. They had never heard of a case like this before. But just as the laborer man had feared, the police refused to register the case. Desperate, the family went to the media. Soon, interviews and news reports went viral. The bizarre story caught public attention across Jalandhar and Punjab. With pressure mounting, the police were forced to take action. But despite the case going viral, 3 years later, the 4 girls remain untraceable. The laborer man couldn't recall the car's number plate. The area where he was dumped had no CCTV cameras. And since he had been unconscious when taken to the house, he had no idea of the location. To this day, the case remains unsolved. So, friends, what do you think about this? What was the mentality of those girls? If they wanted, they could have found boyfriends and done all this consensually. Why did they specifically choose a poor laborer man earning 12,000 rupees a month? Do you think that laborer man deserves justice? Share your thoughts in the comments. And for more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to Meld's Snippets.